this morning. 4 deputies lost to suicide in 6 weeks.
6 weeks, man. The same fucking department.
Yeah, that's nuts. I know
That's I get. Was it the same department or was it just?
it was
Yeah,
Harris County Sheriff's Department or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
My homie's girl looks like academics.
What? Shout out to one. She got them little ass braids.
Oh shit, man. We trying to be serious, Juan.
This bitch look like Big Act.
I'm picturing this motherfucking bitch now. That is hilarious.
Big fluffy bitch with titties though. Got the
funny.
same shit on.
Yeah, my girl built like
He
AK.
said, little ass braids. She do.
Oh shit.
No, it's all good. We appreciate you, Juan.
Thanks, man.
Shit.
You
Oh,
can't stand that bitch, can you?
Big fat bitch can't cook. She sound like him too.
Always talking about how good her pussy is. How come I can't
Hey,
get my
man.
bills paid?
we
I'm sorry.
we switch gears, man. Damn it, stop.
She look like King Ack. Motherfucker.
Let's talk about it, man. Come on, man. In 4 and 6 weeks.
Do you believe this shit?
I do. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death among first responders, especially police officers. Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to deal with when you throw motherfuckers in jail and be part
Bullshit,
of
John.
that, be part of that slavery system. You start thinking about it long enough, and you just a fucking slave catcher. That's all it
Damn.
is.
God dang.
See, I don't know, man. I had to put my Drizzy hat on. And Drizzy, if you listening, big bro, please don't think I'm ever being disrespectful. I'm talking about how you know all this shit.
Jersey beat
But-
your ass. No, I'm joking.
Out of respect, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because we in our 40s. I ain't gonna go back and forth.
Go
Plus,
ahead,
that's
Sauce.
the brother, man.
Let us
Listen.
know, Sauce.
That's the brother, man. We ain't gonna do that. But listen, I get what you're saying, and I'm definitely not challenging that. I'm saying 4 deputies from the same fucking department in 6 weeks. Like, I mean, did this thing mention like any suicide notes? Did it mention the causes of death? Is like, okay, we get suicide. Did motherfuckers take pills? Did they shoot themselves in the head? Did they jump in front of something? Because I'm saying 4 deputies, could they have been involved in some shit? You know what I'm saying?
Good call.
Could they all have been involved in some shit? I mean, it's Texas. What part of Texas was this in? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and this is just me with the tinfoil Drizzy hat on. Could they been involved in some shit? And we know what go on down there in Texas, especially close to that border. I don't know exactly which part it is. I'm not saying that, but I'm just just the conspiracy theory shit, man. Could they have been involved in something and something happened to them that made it look like suicide? 4 motherfuckers in 6 weeks from the same department. This is
Yeah, that's alarming, and
Yeah.
I get why you made that turn. Like, look, it doesn't seem that much of a coincidence considering it's the same department. It's like 4 of y'all. That's damn near 1 a week. Damn near for the most part. It was
Right.
6 weeks. It's like what's going on, and I see how you made that that came up to that conclusion with the conspiracy saying that maybe they might have been, like, look, cartel looking for y'all. Y'all either, pay up or you take yourself out.
Right.
Something. Who knows? But it's
Kill
still
yourself
when I-
and we kill your motherfucking family, or
yeah,
we
some
take
shit.
you out, or you can get the insurance. Well, they don't pay out insurance for suicide, but
Right.
I'm just
Oh, yeah,
saying, they do.
They do.
Yeah, so if you read your insurance policies, most of them will not pay out if it's in a specific time frame. So if you take out a life insurance policy and within a year you commit suicide, then they won't pay
Mm.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that, they most of them do
See
pay
what I'm
out the
saying?
suicide.
So now, see, that changed the game a little bit because I was under the impression that they didn't. So, you
Could be,
know,
yeah, it could be anything. These tariffs is a motherfucker. Who knows? I'm
right.
just saying, man. Just saying. Who knows, man?
I'm feeling bad for everything now. I'm just gonna let y'all know that shit. Every time something happens, I'm like, my fucking one vote. It's like, I can't be the only. I hope I'm not the only motherfucker that voted for this dude. This question and like,
You the only
Oh,
motherfucker that voted for Donald Trump. You're the one that fucking put him in office. You,
you
yes, you're at fault. This is all you.
all on you. Happy
Yeah,
Liberation Day, sucker.
yeah.
oh
This
ass no.
nigga had a MAGA dashiki on at the poll. Nigga
You
lost
should have got one.
him.
You should have got one. You should have had one made,
That
man.
would have been dope. That little Eddie Murphy motherfucking koofy,
Yes.
a
Yes.
red one with Mac
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
But
But you'd
no,
have been
you
the hit.
know, it's shit, man. It's getting hard. Well, it's already hard, but it's getting hot for motherfuckers, man. But not to deviate because I know everybody tired. It's just like for me, I was just kind of looking at this, and they very well, man. Being a first responder, I don't give a fuck if you're a firefighter or you're a police officer or you're medical. You see some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like Cuddy. I could have swore you told me some crazy ass story about some fires or a bunch of them. These calls came to years ago. I've seen some things just like on my first day of work at one other place that kind of broke my heart. So that thing could very well build up in people to where you're just like, man, I can't take anymore. You see these heartaching and heartbreaking things. It's just like, man, I don't want to go. The other thing is too, man, let's take the job out of it, man. We take those badges off, we take those uniforms off. They're still people. I don't, I would never make fun of anybody in this situation because we don't, know what goes on in people's lives. I used to
Hmm.
think people who committed suicide were weak people, but we don't know what's going on in people's lives, and people don't know how to manage. Shit, this generation don't know how to manage. That's why they call crash outs. But we at the end of the day, they're human beings, and we don't know what's going on in people's personal lives. We don't know if marriages are breaking up or somebody's children died. Maybe mom passed away, or we find out that somebody's got cancer. Those things carry a lot of weight, man, and enough weight can make anybody's knees buckle. So we don't know what's going on, but it's a little strange to me, man. Four
Gotcha.
people, same precinct, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah,
6 weeks.
in context, only one of these four was active. Two
Okay.
of
Okay.
them were retired, and then one was had left a job in December. One had been retired 10 years, so
Okay.
it
Okay.
just happens to be the they all come from the same department, but they
Okay.
multiple years it's been between their careers. So yeah, just going back to that's the way people end their shit,
Yeah.
in this profession. Just over my 3 decades, I've known at least a dozen guys that committed suicide.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
damn
Yeah.
shame. But yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. And
Rest in peace to everybody.
like they say, correlate causation is not necessarily correlation. So,
Facts.
yeah. Okay. Well,
All
you
right,
got
And
man.
me,
then again,
killer.
a lot of
What's up?
deputy sheriff's departments are I wouldn't say volunteer based,
Mhm.
but they do have a revolving door. Because you can deputize guys a lot faster than you can actually send them through a civil service yeah, process. So when you look at like a lot of police departments, they'll have like a testing. They like look at the city of Youngstown. Like if you wanted to be a Youngstown police officer, you would take a civil service test, a physical. Then they would put you on a waiting list, and they would hire off that list by civil service rules. If you go over to the sheriff's department, the sheriff could just look at you and be like, "Oh, you're qualified. You start on Monday.
Shit.
So you'll have a lot of people that have formerly worn the badge of a sheriff that really didn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Didn't pay the
so
dues.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's a little bit. Hell, I was a deputy sheriff at one point in time.
Mhm.
So and it was just that process. It was like, oh, well, here we go. We needed. I was on their tactical medic team back, in the
Back in the
'90s or
day.
some shit.
Back in the day,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Back
But it
in the
was
day.
like, hey, we got an ambulance now. Hey, here you go. It was nothing to it. I never worked on that fucking ambulance. Never went out on a SWAT run, none of that shit. But I had a commission in it till for like 3 years.
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah,
The good old days. Fuck, man. Tragic, man. Yeah, man, I'm good on this one. Everybody
Yes,
else?
sir.
yeah,
Go ahead and yeah, it was just crazy. I saw that. Like, damn, 4 in 6 weeks.
yeah. That's nuts.
God
That's
dang,
nuts.
man.
Mm.